Well, today marks week 4 of my knee replacement journey. Starting to dark, they're very, very funny. So I just wanted to update you on how things are going with my recovery since my knee replacement. So it's been 4 weeks exactly today since I had my surgery. And some things are going so much better and some things I'm still kind of struggling with. So I thought I'd just give you an update, see if it helps anybody, and let's go from there. So this week has actually been some really great gains. As I said in my last video on week 3, I had actually started my outpatient physical therapy. Well, this week I went yesterday. I have an appointment to go tomorrow. I'm going 2 times a week. And I actually was able to get my flexion in my knee up to 100 yesterday. So my goal was to get it to 120 by February 1st. So the therapist feels confident that I'll be able to do that. But one of the things that I personally had to change, and I did this last week, is I really increased my own exercises at home. So I was basically doing my exercises once a day, and I would do the amount of exercises that they gave me. And I wasn't getting the kind of, increases in my flexion that I really was hoping to gain. So I started doing my exercises 3 times a day. I asked the therapist if that would be okay. She said, absolutely. And so morning, noon, and night, I actually do kind of a modified amount of exercises. So I'm doing a little bit smaller amount, but I'm doing them more often. And I think that's really helping me. One of my viewers actually gave me some advice to try to do the exercises in the morning while I'm still in bed. Just the minute that I am done sleeping, do the exercises for my legs that I would do laying down. And I think that's really made a difference. Your leg isn't as swollen, you're laying down all night, you're kind of resting it. And I think that's actually helped a lot. So if anybody hasn't tried that, maybe give that a try. I think it's helping me. But regarding sleep, I have to be honest, nighttime is definitely the most difficult time for me for pain. Throughout the day, I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm walking more. I'm doing all my exercises. I'm feeling pretty good. But by nighttime, I'm really struggling with my pain in my knee. And sleeping, it's just very difficult. I'm not getting the hours of sleep that I really need or require, but I know it'll come. It's just right now it's hard. By the time I am done at the end of the day, I try to ice my knee. But before I go to bed, sometimes I have to wait a couple hours before I can really even get in the bed because I can't get comfortable. My knee is actually aching at night. It's not horrible, but it's enough that it keeps me awake and I'm not sleeping that good. So, I'm trying to sleep in a little bit as best I can, but that's hard too. I guess I'm not really someone who's ever slept in very late. So, the whole sleep thing is kind of my biggest problem right now. My husband will be home the rest of this week, so he's actually been driving me places and trying to get things done. I'm not driving yet, and I still don't feel comfortable getting behind the wheel of a car because I just don't think I could go from gas to stopping fast enough if I needed to. So I'm going to give it another couple weeks. And but he'll be back to work next week. So it's going to be a different kind of week for me. I don't know how I'm going to work it out, but it'll work out. Everything always does. Now, in a couple weeks, our family is planning a trip to Disneyland for my grandson's 5th birthday. So then I'm wearing my Minnie Mouse sweatshirt today. And so I've kind of prepped for all that. I didn't really want to have all this extra expense right now, but I have reserved a scooter off-site. We are going to be staying in a hotel part of the trip, and just everything that I could think of that would make it easier so I could enjoy the little mini vacation. And I know it'll be a lot of fun, but I'm going to have to be very careful that I'm not, having more problems with my knee. So I've kind of prepped the best I can for that, and a lot of family coming from out of town. So it will be super fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I did want to just show you my bandage. As you can see, it's kind of starting to pull away. They did tell me from the doctor's office not to remove it, just let it kind of, it'll fray and eventually it'll just come off on its own. But there's just a lot of the incision, everything around it is just itching terribly. But that's how it's looking. I mean, it doesn't really look any different from last time, but the bandage is starting to come off. So I'm thinking in the next week or two, this thing should be off completely. I have started recording other videos other than just my knee replacement videos for YouTube. That's something I didn't do the first 2 or 3 weeks. It was just too overwhelming to try to do additional videos. But one of the things that I'm focusing on in 2024 is just having a healthier me. And that's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I try to do it as best I can, but I think with the problems I've had with my knee for the last year, it's really come to my attention that I need to really focus on health. So I have a series of YouTube videos I'm doing called Do You Want to Live to Be 100? And so they're going to be different kinds of cooking videos. And I did post one. I'm going to go ahead and link it above if anybody's interested. And it's basically making a Blue Zone's sourdough bread. But anyway, I think things are going pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the progress. It's still somewhat of a challenge, but every day seems to be getting better. When I was at my physical therapy appointment on Tuesday, my therapist said that, hitting the 4-week mark every day now, the worst part is over, that it's going to get better and better every single day. So I'm banking on that. So if you're somewhere before, this time that I'm at, and you're struggling and thinking, oh my gosh, how is this going to get better with the swelling and the feeling like you have a rubber band completely around your knee and you can't move it, and mentally just kind of challenged with the thought of how am I going to get my knee back to the place it used to be with all this pain, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So just keep doing your exercises. As I said in other videos, just push yourself, but don't push too hard where you're going to create any kind of an injury or hurt yourself. Rest when you need to. Eat lots of protein. I've heard from my doctor that that's a really good thing to do before and after surgery. You don't want to overdo the protein, but maybe a little bit more than you normally have. That actually helps you with the healing. The sleep helps you with the healing. And of course, the exercises I think are the most important. Moving your leg, the exercises. So that's it for week 4. I guess I'd give myself a B. I wouldn't say an A because of the sleeping, but I think things are going good. They're continuing to improve, and my hope is that in the next couple of months, I'll be back to myself and doing everything I used to love doing before this whole knee thing started. So thank you for joining me today. If you're not a subscriber, please consider joining my channel, subscribing, like my video, share it with other people that might be heading into surgery or having some difficulties. And I hope it's helpful to you or to anyone that you know. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.